Our next speaker again is the North of Scotland, he's the North of Scotland this time, not the North East. And it's Kenneth McRae, and I don't think I've heard this enough for Burke and Hare. Kenneth McRae.
I like to use this thing, by the way. I like to use the hand gone. Right. Burke and Hare. You all care who Burke and Hare were?
Yeah.
Oh, well, they're halfway there already. Passing Carlton graveyard the other night, I heard a sound and got a fright. The hair stood up at the nape of my neck. I peered through the gates just to check. And there, by a dim lantern light, I beheld a most awful sight. 2 men were digging a water grave. At that time of night, that was no way to behave. As I stood, I watched, I made no sound. Deeper and deeper, they dug into the ground. Jane said, "How far do we have to go?" The other said, "Just another foot or so." As they went deeper and deeper into the lair, I was sure I was watching Burke and Hare. The 2 grave robbers of ill repute, here at last was being found out. It was just about then a cat gave 2 shrieks. I got such a fright, and he had jumped out my boots. But the Burke and Hare, the cat didn't trouble. They just carried on, shoveling the rubble. At last, down the hall, they were completely hid, when I heard the creaking of a coffin lid. I wanted to scream and shout out loud, when out the grave they came with a white shroud. They put the body in a big sack, and put the bundle, and Yin put the bundle on his back. They came towards me at the gate. My heart was thumping at a hell of a rate. I pushed into the shadows as far as I could go, so that not even a wee bit of me would show. I kent if I was seen by the offy pair. I didn't want you. I kent if I was seen by the offy pair, I would end up in a sack, so I took great care. They put the bundle on a wooden barry to use for the grisly load to carry. They crept out their kirkyard with hardly a sound. They looked left and right and furtively round. They trundled the body down the street to Knox's house, where him they'd meet. They stopped him, shapped on his door. They had obviously been there before. They lifted the sack into the house as if it was just a bag of refuse. When they come out in a wee while, in the dim light, I could see them smile. I was watching them free in a stare when they passed that offy pair, sharing out their money they had been given, selling bodies for the benefit of the living. That was no bad for next work. What do you think, Mr. Burke? Aye, no bad, I suppose, Mr. Hare. The more a night, we'll get some more. When they passed, I ran away home. I didn't report it to my shame. I was scared that they would look me out. What would happen then, I had no doubt. But doesn't it make us stop and think the lowly depths that some folk will sink? What they did was certainly no funny. It's queer what some folk will do for good money.
Kenneth McRae there.